You've been reading the Bible wrong, and it's not your fault. For centuries, the true meaning has been hidden behind layers of tradition, dogma, and outdated interpretations. But what if I told you that the ancient texts were never meant to be taken literally? What if the stories you've heard about Adam, Eve, the serpent, Noah, and Moses hold secrets that could transform your life today, right now? Why have we been taught to view these sacred stories as mere history, as if they were about something that happened long ago, in a time we can't connect to? What if, buried within these parables, lies a map for your own awakening, a blueprint for your soul's evolution? In this video, you will discover the truth behind the serpent in the garden, not a symbol of evil, but the awakening force within you, waiting to be recognized. We'll unravel the real meaning behind Noah's Ark, not a boat for animals, but the vessel of consciousness that saves us from drowning in our own emotional chaos. And we'll explore the Exodus, not a historical event, but the personal liberation from the mental prisons that keep you shackled. You will understand why these sacred stories were never about the past. They are about you. They are not just myths. They are tools for self-realization, keys to unlocking the divine potential inside you. This isn't just about faith. It's about awakening the soul, reclaiming your power, and remembering who you really are. So, let's dive into the deeper layers of the Bible, where every garden, every flood, every burning bush, and every parting sea is a direct call to awaken. Together, we'll explore how the ancient wisdom buried in these stories is here to guide you home. But first, I want you to reflect. What if everything you've been taught about the Bible is not the whole truth? What if you are the story? And don't forget to leave a comment below to share your thoughts. The truth is within you, and it's time to remember. The story of Adam, Eve, and the serpent. The awakening of the soul. In the beginning, you were taught that Adam and Eve's story was one of sin, of disobedience that led to mankind's fall from grace. But what if I told you this story was never about shame, nor about a fall at all? What if it was always about awakening? Adam, the first identity, the first awareness of separation from the divine, the first question that arises within us, who am I? And Eve, oh Eve. She wasn't a mere temptress, as history has painted her. She symbolizes the birth of duality within the human experience. Eve is the desire, the yearning for knowledge, the force within us that pushes us to explore, to grow, to know more. She's the spark that ignites the journey of self-awareness. The serpent, often depicted as evil, is not your enemy. It is the awakener, the force that coils within you at the base of your spine, waiting for you to awaken to your true potential. This sacred serpent is not a symbol of sin, but of enlightenment, of wisdom, awakening you to the truths that lie hidden within your very being. The serpent's wisdom is not external, waiting for you to receive it from someone else. It's deep within you, waiting to rise, to bring light to the parts of you that you've kept buried. You've been taught that the serpent's bite is a curse, but it's the very thing that allows you to experience your own power. When Eve takes the fruit, it is not rebellion, it is revelation. She does not fall from grace, she steps into her own divine sovereignty. Until you know choice, you do not yet know yourself. It's in the knowledge of good and evil, in understanding duality, that you realize the depth of your power to create, to shape, and to transform. So, when you're struggling with self-doubt, or when you feel caught in cycles of fear and limitation, ask yourself, what is the serpent in my life calling me to awaken? Where am I still asleep, stuck in the garden of innocence, afraid to take that first step toward full self-realization? In a world that tells you to be afraid of your own power. The story of Adam and Eve reminds you that your awakening, your knowledge of the self, is a gift, not a curse. This is the journey of becoming. The Bible isn't just a collection of ancient stories, it's a roadmap for your personal awakening, and it's waiting for you to step into your role in this sacred drama. The Ark of Noah, building the vessel of consciousness. Now, let's talk about Noah's Ark. Not as a boat that carried pairs of animals, but as a symbol of the vessel of consciousness. the awareness that saves you from the floods of emotional turmoil and overwhelm. You were told that Noah built a boat to survive a flood. But what if the flood isn't physical water at all? What if it's the flood of unresolved emotions, of memories long buried, of the pain and fear that surge within when you begin to awaken? Noah didn't just survive the storm, he built an ark, a vessel strong enough to hold him and his family through the storm. That ark wasn't made of wood, it was made of stillness, it was made of presence. It was built through trust, through faith, through knowing that no matter how intense the storm becomes, if you have built the inner vessel of peace and presence, you will survive. The flood doesn't destroy you, it carries you. It lifts you to higher ground, to new possibilities, to the land of your true potential. Every spiritual journey, no matter how small or grand, brings with it a flood, a deluge of emotions, fears, and memories that rise to the surface when you start to wake up. You might face it in a breakup, the loss of a loved one, or the realization that you've been living a life that doesn't align with your true purpose. When these storms come, they can feel overwhelming. They can threaten to drown you. But just like Noah, you must build your ark before the storm ever comes. You must create a space within yourself, a place of stillness and trust, so that when the flood of life's challenges comes, you don't drown. Instead, you rise above it, just as the ark rose above the waters, safe and secure. What is your ark? How have you been preparing your vessel of awareness and peace so that when the flood comes, you don't succumb to the chaos around you? If you haven't built it yet, it's never too late to start. Through meditation, mindfulness, self-reflection, and deep inner work, you can begin to construct this ark of awareness within yourself, a place of peace that can withstand any storm life throws your way. Noah is not just a man from an ancient story. He is the part of you that listens, that prepares, that remains calm in the face of fear. The ark is your consciousness, your ability to stay anchored to your truth no matter how high the waters rise. And just like Noah's ark carried all the animals, all the instincts, and all the parts of his inner ecosystem, so too must you carry your full self, your mind, your heart, your instincts, and your intuition, all in balance and harmony. As you begin to understand the power of building this inner vessel of consciousness, you'll find that when the floods come, you'll no longer be swept away by them. You'll rise, just like Noah, to new heights, to new possibilities, to the life you were always meant to live. This arc is not just for survival, it's for transformation, it's for rebirth. The Exodus, escaping mental slavery. And then there's Moses. You were taught that Moses led the Israelites out of Egypt. But what if Egypt isn't just a place in history? What if Egypt represents the mindset that keeps you enslaved? Your fear, your doubts, your limiting beliefs. Pharaoh in this context isn't just a man. It's the tyrant within you, the part of you that clings to control, to comfort, even when comfort has become a prison. Moses, then, is the spark of awakening within you, the part of you that hears the whisper, "There is more than this. Leave the old behind and move toward freedom." The Exodus isn't about escaping a physical place. It's about the inner liberation from the mental and emotional chains that keep you stuck. Pharaoh's Egypt is the part of you that believes you cannot change, cannot grow, cannot evolve. It's the voice inside that says, "It's too hard, it's too risky. Just stay where it's safe." Moses is the part of you that knows you are capable of so much more. Moses is the voice inside you that says, "It's time to leave this place of limitation. It's time to walk into the unknown, to trust the journey, to step into the fullness of who you were meant to be." And what happens when you cross the Red Sea, when you finally let go of your old identity and step into a new one? You enter the desert, a place of unlearning, a place where the old beliefs, the old fears, the old stories no longer serve you. The desert is where you shed the skin of your former self, and though it may be uncomfortable, it is necessary for your growth. Moses doesn't just represent the prophet who led people to freedom. He represents your own inner guide, the one who leads you to your freedom. He represents the part of you that knows you can do hard things, that knows you are destined for greatness, but also understands that the path to greatness is not always easy. The desert is your initiation, your rite of passage, your transformation. It is where the false self dissolves and the true you emerges. This is your exodus. You are not just following Moses out of Egypt. You are Moses, leading yourself into the unknown, into a place of higher consciousness, of greater freedom. And just like the Israelites, when you cross the Red Sea, you will be transformed. You will no longer be a slave to your old fears and limitations. You will be free. The stories of Adam, Eve, the serpent, Noah, Moses, and the Exodus aren't just ancient tales. They are metaphors for the journey of your own soul. They speak to you, right here, right now, calling you to awaken, to rise above the floods of your emotions, to leave behind the limiting beliefs of your past, and to step into the freedom and power of your true self. These stories are not the past, they are the present. They are happening inside of you every day. The question is, will you answer the call to awaken? Will you step into the ark of your own consciousness and rise above the storm? Will you hear Moses whisper, "It's time to leave the old behind and step into your power"? Your journey is just beginning, and the stories of the Bible were always meant to guide you through it. The parables of Jesus, unlocking the sacred codes within you. The stories of Jesus were never meant to be just moral lessons. They are codes, keys to unlocking the deepest parts of your soul. These parables are not simply stories about kindness or forgiveness. They are sacred instructions for spiritual awakening. They were not told to create a set of rules to follow, but to lead you to the discovery of the truth buried within your heart. Take the story of the prodigal son, for example. It is not just about a son who returns home after squandering his inheritance. It is about the journey of the soul, the journey of returning to the source. The son's wandering represents the part of you that gets lost in the world, distracted by the illusion of separation, the belief that you are distant from the divine. But in his return, he is not punished, as many may have expected. Instead, he is welcomed with open arms, a celebration of the soul's return to unity with the divine. This parable shows us that no matter how far we wander, no matter how much we stray from our true path, we are always welcomed back. The divine love that waits for us is unconditional, and this love is not external, it is within us, always. The journey of the prodigal son is the journey of the awakening soul, remembering its true home. And then there's the story of the Good Samaritan. It isn't just a tale of helping a stranger, it is the story of dissolving the illusion of separation between us and others. It is a call to see the divine in everyone, even those we may judge or view as enemies. In a world that constantly feeds us the illusion of division, us versus them, good versus bad, this parable calls us to a higher truth. We are all one. The Good Samaritan teaches us to step outside of our judgments and see others through the eyes of love. But here's the thing, it's not enough to just be kind to others. The Good Samaritan is not just about giving help in a moment of need. It is about recognizing the inherent divinity in every being. When we do this, we unlock the power of unconditional love within ourselves. And it is through this love that we heal both ourselves and the world around us. Each parable of Jesus is a key, a sacred teaching designed to awaken the memory of your true nature, the pearl of great price, the mustard seed, the lost sheep. These stories are all metaphors, teaching you how to connect with the divine, how to return to wholeness, and how to remember your power. Jesus didn't speak in parables just to tell stories. He spoke in parables to awaken the soul, to bypass the mind and speak directly to your heart. And the way these stories have been misinterpreted throughout history, it's tragic. So many people have reduced these sacred codes to simple moral teachings or dogmatic rules. But the truth within these parables is far deeper than that. They are about awakening your own consciousness, remembering your divine nature, and living in alignment with your highest truth. These stories aren't just for the time of Jesus. They are for you. You are the lost sheep. You are the one who has wandered, and now it's time for you to return home. You are the pearl hidden in the field, waiting to be uncovered. And you are the mustard seed, ready to grow into something magnificent. Every time you read these stories, every time you reflect on their meaning, you are awakening. You are remembering who you truly are. The key to understanding the parables is to stop seeing them as external stories and start recognizing that you are the story. The parables of Jesus were never meant to be learned in a detached intellectual way. They were meant to be experienced, to be lived. When you understand that you are the prodigal son, that you are the good Samaritan, that you are the lost sheep, you are no longer just a passive reader of the text. You become an active participant in the unfolding of the sacred story of your own life. These parables are tools for your own transformation. They are not just historical events. They are timeless teachings that speak directly to the soul. And the moment you start to live them, to embody them in your own life, you will experience the profound truth they carry. You are not separate from the divine. You are one with it, and everything in your life, the joy, the pain, the challenges, the triumphs, is part of your journey back to the truth of who you are. Revelation, the unveiling of your true self. The final book of the Bible, Revelation, is often misunderstood. People think of it as the end of the world, as a cataclysmic event where everything is destroyed. But what if I told you that Revelation is not about destruction, but about unveiling? What if it's not about the end of the world, but the end of the illusion of separation? What if it's not about punishment, but about awakening? What if the apocalypse isn't coming, it's already here, unfolding within you? The word apocalypse means unveiling or revelation. It's not about the collapse of the world, it's about the collapse of the false self, the ego, the layers of illusion that have kept you from seeing the truth of who you really are. And when these illusions fall away, what remains is the divine. What remains is you, as you were always meant to be. The seven seals, the trumpets, the beasts, they aren't symbols of destruction. They are symbols of the ego's grip on your consciousness. The seven seals represent the layers of forgetting that have covered the truth of your soul. Each seal that is broken is a layer of illusion that falls away, revealing the divine within. The trumpets aren't warnings of wrath, they are calls to awaken. The beasts are not monsters out there. They are the unexamined parts of your own ego that seek control and fear. But here's the beauty of Revelation. It's not about waiting for something to happen. It's about recognizing that the end of the world of illusion, is already happening right now. And what's being unveiled is you. The New Jerusalem, the holy city, isn't a place in the sky, it's within you. It's your soul, fully awakened, fully realized, filled with light. This is the true meaning of Revelation, the end of the false self and the beginning of the true self. The apocalypse isn't something that happens outside of you. It's something that happens within you, when the veil is lifted and you see yourself as you truly are, divine, whole, and complete. And the moment you realize this, when you see the truth of your own soul, everything changes. The world around you may still be in chaos, but within you, there is peace. The storm may rage, but you are the stillness at the center. And when you understand this, when you know who you truly are, the world no longer holds power over you. You are the master of your own reality, and you walk forward in alignment with your highest truth. Revelation isn't about waiting for the world to end. It's about realizing that the world as you know it, the world of fear, of separation, of illusion, is already over. And in its place, a new world is being born within you. A world where love, peace, and truth reign. A world where you remember that you are the divine, and the divine is you. The apocalypse isn't coming, it's already here. And it's not the end of the world, it's the beginning of your true self. These stories from Adam and Eve to Revelation are not just tales from the past. They are the blueprint for your awakening, the roadmap to remembering who you truly are. They are calling you to awaken to the truth within you, to shed the illusions that have kept you trapped, and to step into your power as the divine being you were always meant to be. Every part of the Bible, every parable, every symbol is a reflection of your own journey. The serpent, the ark, Moses, Jesus, they are not just characters in ancient stories. They are part of you. And when you see this, when you understand that these stories are your stories, you will begin to live them. You will begin to awaken to your true self, and you will walk forward into a life of freedom, peace, and divine purpose. This is not just a story of the past. It is your story, unfolding right now, and the time to awaken is now. The book of Revelation has long been misunderstood as a prophecy of doom and destruction. It's been painted as the end of days, a cataclysmic event that ushers in chaos and suffering. But what if I told you that the word apocalypse doesn't mean the end of the world at all? It means the unveiling, the revealing of what has been hidden, the stripping away of illusions, and the awakening of the divine within you. The Bible, and specifically Revelation, is not a prediction of a future event. It is a map for your present transformation, a key to unlock your spiritual awakening. The seven seals, the trumpets, the beasts, and even the New Jerusalem, they are not to be taken as symbols of some distant future. They represent the layers of forgetting and illusion that cloud your perception of the truth, layers that must be stripped away for you to see who you truly are. The seals, when broken, reveal the hidden aspects of your own soul. The trumpets are not warnings of wrath. They are the sound of your own soul awakening, calling you back to your true nature. The beasts, with their power and control, are not enemies outside of you. They are the parts of your ego that fight to keep you in a state of unconsciousness, that try to maintain the illusion of separation. But the most powerful revelation of all is this: the end of the world is not the end of physical life. It is the end of the illusion of separation. It is the dissolution of the false self, the ego that tells you that you are apart from the divine, that you are small, weak, and disconnected. The true apocalypse is not about destruction. It is about the unveiling of your true self, your divine essence, which has always been within you, waiting to be recognized. The moment you begin to awaken to this truth, the moment you start to shed the illusions that have bound you, everything changes. The world may look the same, but you will no longer see it in the same way. You will see through the eyes of the divine, recognizing the interconnectedness of all life, the unity of all things. And in that recognition, you will begin to live a life of love, peace, and purpose, no longer driven by fear, scarcity, or the need to control. The seven seals are not just events that unfold in the future. They are the inner breakthroughs you experience as you shed your old beliefs and open yourself up to a higher truth. Imagine the first seal being broken in your life. You might face an uncomfortable truth about yourself, one that you've avoided for years. It may be a realization about your own limitations or a belief you've held onto that no longer serves you. The first seal is the moment when you stop lying to yourself, when you begin to confront the shadows that have kept you in darkness. It is not easy. It is uncomfortable. But it is necessary for your growth. When the first seal is broken, the light begins to shine into the darkest corners of your soul, revealing the truth you've been hiding from. Now, the trumpets, the sound of your soul awakening. When the trumpets blow, it is the call to action. It's the moment when you feel compelled to make a change, to step into your purpose, to no longer ignore the truth that's been stirring within you. It might feel like an inner urgency, an unshakable knowing that you can no longer stay where you are. The trumpets represent the divine call to rise above the noise of the world, to listen to the deeper truth within yourself, and to align with your soul's purpose. And then, the beasts. These are the parts of your ego that resist change, that want to keep you in fear and control. The beasts are the voices in your head that say, "You can't do it, you're not enough, stay where it's safe." These voices may come from society, from your upbringing, or from your own self-doubt. But when you face these beasts, you recognize them for what they are: illusions. They are not real. They are the false identities you've created to protect yourself from pain, from vulnerability, from the unknown. The more you confront them, the weaker they become, and eventually they fall away, revealing the truth of who you really are. Revelation is not about waiting for something to happen in the future. It's about realizing that the end of the world, the end of the illusion, is happening right now, in this very moment. The apocalypse isn't something coming to destroy the world. It's the inner destruction of your old, limited self. It's the breaking down of the walls you've built to protect yourself from the truth. And when these walls come down, what remains is the light of your true self, the divine essence that has always been within you, waiting to be revealed. The New Jerusalem is not a city in the sky. It's the new you. It's the part of you that has remembered its divine origin. The New Jerusalem is the place where heaven and earth meet, where the divine is fully realized within the human experience. It's the realization that you are not separate from the divine, you are one with it. And when you awaken to this truth, everything in your life shifts. Your relationships, your work, your health, and your sense of purpose are all transformed as you live in alignment with the truth of who you really are. And here's the beauty of it all. You don't need to wait for someone or something external to change for this to happen. The kingdom of heaven is within you right now. The apocalypse is not something that will happen at the end of time. It's happening right now, in your life, in your soul. Every time you confront a limiting belief, every time you choose love over fear, every time you remember that you are divine, the veil is lifted a little more. The truth is, you are the one who is unveiling the divine within you. The seals are being broken by you. The trumpets are blowing because you are awakening. The beasts are being conquered because you are seeing through the illusions of your ego. And the New Jerusalem is being built right here, right now, in your heart. The book of Revelation is not about some distant event that will unfold in the future. It's about you. It's about your journey, your awakening, your return to the truth of who you are. The apocalypse isn't coming. It's already here, and it's unfolding in every moment of your life. You are the one who is revealing the divine within you. And as you continue to awaken, you will see the world around you in a new light, recognizing the divine in everyone and everything. As you walk this path, remember that you are not alone. You are supported by the divine, by your soul, and by the truth that is already within you. The apocalypse is not something to fear, it is something to embrace. It is the process of shedding the illusions that have kept you in darkness and stepping into the light of your true self. So, let the apocalypse begin. Let the seals be broken. Let the trumpets sound. Let the beasts fall away. And let the New Jerusalem rise within you as you awaken to the divine power that has always been within you. This is the true meaning of Revelation. It is not the end of the world, it is the beginning of your true self. As we journey through the sacred stories of the Bible, from the Garden of Eden to Revelation, we begin to realize that they are not just ancient tales of the past. They are the map for our very own awakening, the blueprint for our soul's evolution. Each story, each parable, every symbol is meant to lead us back to the truth of who we really are. Divine beings, part of the great cosmic whole, intertwined with the universe in a way that is beyond time and space. And yet for so long, we've been taught to look at these stories as distant events, disconnected from our reality. But today, as we reflect on these powerful messages, we come to understand that these sacred texts were always about us, here, right now. They are not just written in the past, they are being written through our lives. When we look at Adam, we see the first step of consciousness, the moment we step into the awareness of our own identity. We see Eve, the emergence of desire, the very force that drives us to explore, to question, to understand. And the serpent, which has long been misunderstood, is not the embodiment of evil, but the awakening energy, the divine force coiled within, ready to rise up and reveal the truth we've kept hidden from ourselves. The story of Adam and Eve is not a tale of shame or fall. It is the story of awakening, of remembering that we are divine, and we are always one with the source. Then there is Noah and the ark, an image of consciousness itself. The flood, which we often think of as a destructive force, is in reality the cleansing wave of transformation. When we face the floods of our own emotional turmoil, when the storms of life seem overwhelming, it is not the end, but the beginning of something greater. The ark, the vessel of consciousness, is built in the stillness within us. It is our inner temple, our place of peace, trust, and presence. We build this ark not with material, but with spiritual awareness, with a deep connection to the divine, so that when the flood comes, we do not drown. We rise above it, carried by the awareness we've cultivated. And Moses, leading the Israelites out of Egypt, is a story of liberation, not just from physical slavery, but from the mental and emotional shackles that bind us. Pharaoh is not just a king. He represents the tyrannical forces within our own minds, the fears, the doubts, the insecurities that keep us trapped in a life we didn't choose. Moses is the part of us that hears the call to freedom, that answers the inner whisper urging us to step into the unknown and leave behind the comfort of the familiar. When the Red Sea parts, it is not a magical event from the past. It is the parting of our own fears, the moment when we step through the barrier of doubt and walk toward our true destiny. This is the exodus that we are all called to, the journey of liberation, the journey of shedding our false selves and embracing the truth of who we really are. In every moment, we are called to remember the divine within us, to remember that the sacred stories of the Bible are not just written in the past, but are written into the very fabric of our being. They are calling us to awaken, to shed the layers of illusion, and to step into the light of our true nature. These stories are not ancient history. They are the living, breathing truth that exists within each and every one of us. The serpent, the ark, Moses, Jesus, the apocalypse, they are not outside of us. They are within us, guiding us, awakening us, transforming us. As you reflect on these stories, I invite you to ask yourself, how is the serpent awakening within you? Where is the flood of transformation in your life? And have you built your ark to carry you through? Are you ready to step into your own exodus, to shed the chains of fear and step into the freedom of your true self? The journey is not an easy one, but it is the most powerful and transformative journey you can take. And know that you are not alone on this path. The divine is always with you, guiding you, supporting you, waiting for you to awaken to the truth of who you are. If this video has touched your soul in some way, if it has helped you find light in your darkest days, I invite you to share that energy. Every like, every comment, every subscription helps spread this message of awakening to more people who are ready to remember their true selves. Your support, no matter how small, means the world to me and helps me continue to create these videos that share the wisdom and love of the divine. This is not just about watching a video, it's about awakening to the truth within you, and together we can create a world where more and more people remember who they truly are. So, if you feel called, I invite you to give a little energy back, like, subscribe, and share this message with those who need to hear it. Every bit of support helps keep this light shining, and together we can illuminate the world. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for being here, for being part of this journey, and for supporting this channel. You are a part of this divine awakening, and I am so grateful to walk this path with you. Your presence, your energy, your love, it is all a beautiful part of this sacred journey. Keep shining your light, and remember, the truth of who you are has always been within you, waiting to be revealed. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your support. And may the divine light continue to guide you.